Good day to you all. I am C.S. Srinivasrao, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science, SVKP and Dr. K.S. Raju Arts and Science College, Penugonda. Welcome back to Modeling Computation. Here, first we will discuss about the phase structure grammar. What is a phase structure grammar? Within this, there is an alphabet. Suppose if you know some language, so for each and every language there is some alphabet. Like that, if you define the one language, there is a one alphabet. That alphabet is called V. That alphabet is the finite set. That is the V is the finite set alphabet. So non-empty set of elements called symbols. These are the symbols. And word or sentences over this alphabet is a string of finite length of elements of V. So this is, you can construct the words or the sentences by using the word alphabet. By using the alphabets, we use alphabet to construct the words or sentences in the language. And the lambda is the empty string. The lambda is the empty string, that is nothing but the string containing no symbols. The lambda is nothing but a string with no symbols. And a set of all words over V is denoted by V star. This V star indicates set of all words over V. So what are the possible words forming with the alphabet V is nothing but V star. All set of words formed with over V. This is a language is a subset of V star. Language, it has some words. So those words are the subset of this particular V star. V star is the whole set of words, and a language, it defines a subset of these particular words. Now coming to the phase structure grammar. So G is the phase structure grammar. It has the four things. One is the vocabulary, that is the alphabet, and the second one is the terminal symbols. This is the T is the terminal symbols, and S is the starting symbol, and P is the production. So this is the V means vocabulary, and T is the set, that is the one subset T of V consisting of terminal symbols. T is the terminal symbols, that is the subset for V, and S is the starting symbol from V, and a finite set of productions P. The P is the set of productions. By using these productions, that is nothing but production rules. By using these production rules, you can construct the language with the vocabulary alphabets. And where N is equal to non-terminal symbols, total symbols V vocabulary, this is alphabet, total alphabet, minus terminal symbols. Total symbols minus terminal symbols is nothing but non-terminal symbols. N represents the non-terminal symbols, V represents the vocabulary, T represents the terminal symbols, S represents the starting symbol, P is the number of productions. Use these productions to construct the language. And every production in P, where P is the production, it consists the set of productions. So you take one production, that production must contain at least one non-terminal on its left side. So the production P, it contains the one non-terminal symbol on left side of the production. So on the left side of the production, there is a one non-terminal symbol, at least one non-terminal symbol. Right? That is the first rule for the each and every production defined in this particular phase structure grammar. Words can be generated by using the productions. Words can be generated by using the productions. The language, it has the set of words. All those words are generated by using these productions of a phase structure grammar. This is about the phase structure grammar. And phase structure grammars, example. Let G is the phase structure grammar. It has the four things. One is the vocabulary, second one is the terminal symbol, third one is the starting symbol, P is the production. Vocabulary, it contains the total vocabulary alphabet is nothing but small a, small b, capital A, capital B, and capital S. Where small a, small b are the terminal symbols, and capital A, capital B, capital S, these three are the non-terminal symbols, where S is the starting symbol. Now S is the start symbol, and terminal symbols are only two things indicated with the small letters, small a and small b, and capitals indicates the non-terminal symbols. A, B, and S are the non-terminal symbols, where S is the starting symbol. And coming to the productions, this is the set of productions. The first production is, this is the starting symbol. S implies, or S is implies A, B, A, where A, B are the again non-terminal symbols, and A, small a is the terminal symbol. And second production is A implies capital B and capital B, and third production is capital B implies a small a b, and fourth production is capital AB implies B, small b. These are the productions. You can construct the words or the language by using these productions. Right. G is an example of phase structure grammar. This G is an example of phase structure grammar. It defines four things. One is the alphabet, second one is the terminal symbols, third one is the starting symbol, and fourth one is the these productions. Right. Where N is the ABS is the non-terminal symbols, and T is nothing but AB. These are the terminal symbols. This is the one phase structure grammar. Now the question is the string capital A, small a, b, a. So this particular string is directly derived from capital A, capital B, A in the grammar. So this is the one thing, the solution. So can you directly derive this particular thing from this particular? Yes, you can derive. So see, you want this particular string from this particular string, right? So you can derive this particular thing from this particular string, right? So first you take the capital A, capital B, small a, capital A, capital B, small a. We require this one. So small a is there. Instead of AB, we require capital A, small ab. That means on the extreme left we have the A, and extreme right we have the small a. So extreme left A is there, extreme left extreme right small a is there. In between the capital B. Instead of capital B, we require small ab. Just you check the corresponding production in the productions list. So this is the production list. Instead of capital B, you can substitute small ab. So instead of capital B, you can substitute small ab. Finally, you will get the capital A, small aba. Capital A, small aba. This is the one string derived from this particular. And one more problem is, you construct or you derive this particular string AB is derivable from capital A, capital B, capital A using these productions, this particular grammar, right? Now here first you take this one, capital A, capital B, capital small a, capital A, capital B, small a. So small a is there, this small a. Instead of AB, we require AB, right? So first you take AB, small ab. So the right side B, capital B, you see the capital B. Instead of capital B, one AB, one small ab is substituted. So we will get the capital A, small b, small a. Small a, small b, small a. So only one capital letter character is capital A. Instead of that one, we should get this particular AB. So how to get it? Instead of A, what is the suitable this one? Instead of A, you can, instead of AB here, only A is here. Instead of A, you can substitute capital B and capital B. Instead of A, you can substitute capital B and capital B. Right? You can substitute. So finally your string becomes capital A, capital B, small a, small b, small a again. So and for one B, capital B, you can substitute B implies AB. You can substitute AB by using this particular production. You can substitute AB instead of capital B. Instead of this particular capital B, you can substitute AB. So finally capital B, small aba. And again there is a one capital B. We use the same production. Instead of capital B, you can substitute AB. So you can substitute AB. Finally you will get the AB and A. AB and A. So this is the derivable from capital A, capital B and small a. So by using the productions, one production is B implies small ab, and capital A implies capital AB, capital B, and capital B implies again small ab, and again we use the capital B implies small ab. These are the sequential steps. First you should submit, instead of capital B, you submit one AB. And then instead of A, you can substitute double B. And instead of one B, you substitute one AB. And instead of last B, you substitute. These are the four successive productions we are using to derive this particular string from this particular. Right? This is the one phase structure grammar examples. And next, types of phase structure grammars. There are four types of phase structure grammars. One is the type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3. These are the four different types of phase structure grammars. The phase structure grammars can be classified according to the types of productions. Based on the types of productions, the phase structure grammar can be classified. Based on the type of production. This is the type 0 is the one phase structure grammar. It has no restrictions on its productions. There is no restriction on productions. Then that type of phase structure grammar is called type 0 grammar. And type 1 grammar can have productions in the form of W1 implies W2. So this is the left side and this is the right side. So for the left side, where W1 is equal to, you can substitute these values, small l, capital A and small r. And instead of W2, there is a one small r, L, small r and small W. So here we see where A is the non-terminal symbol. A is the non-terminal symbol. This is the non-terminal symbol. And L and R the strings of 0 or more terminal or non-terminal. L and R in both W1 and W2, those are the either 0 or more terminal or non-terminal symbols. And W is a non-empty string. W is nothing but non-empty, that is not empty. Non-empty string of terminal or non-terminal symbols. Here all these are the terminal or non-terminal. This is the non-empty terminal or non-terminal symbols, where L and R are the 0 or more terminal or non-terminal symbol. Terminal means end. Non-terminal means you can substitute again, right? A language generated by type 1 grammar, this is the second grammar, that is called type 1 grammar. A language generated by the type 1 grammar is called context sensitive language. That language is called context sensitive language generated by using the type 1 grammar. And type 2 grammar are called context free grammar because a non-terminal symbol, that is the left side of the production. So in the context free grammar, that is nothing but type 2 grammar, it has the one non-terminal symbol, that is left side of the production, can be replaced in a string whenever it occurs, no matter what else it is in the string. A language corresponding to this particular type 2 grammar is called context free language. The type 2 grammar corresponding language is context free language. And type 3 grammar is also called regular grammar. A language generated by a regular grammar is called regular language. That language is called regular language. These are the four type of phase structure grammars. One is the type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3. Type 1 is nothing but context sensitive, type 2 is context free, and type 3 is regular grammar. Symbolically you can specify like this. This is type 3 or regular grammar is the subset of type 2, and that is the subset of type 1, and that is the subset of type 0. The type 0 has no restrictions. For the remaining, there are some restrictions, right? This is the one diagram that it shows the relationship between the type 0 to type 3. So type 3 is the innermost, and then type 2, type 1, the outermost is the type 0. This is about the types of phase structure grammars. Phase structure grammars. So determine whether the word CB belongs to the language generated by this particular grammar. So it has the four things. One is the alphabet, vocabulary, terminal symbols, start symbol, and productions. Vocabulary is small ABC, terminal symbols, these are the terminal symbols, and non-terminal symbols ABCS, capital ABCS, these are the non-terminal symbols. S is the starting symbol. The productions is, these are the productions. S implies capital AB, A implies CA, B implies BA, B implies CB, capital C and small b, and B implies small b, and C implies small cb, and again C implies small b. We use these productions so for to determine the word belongs to this particular language or not. This word belongs to this particular language defined by these productions. The language defined by these productions. Now you start with start symbol, that is S implies AB. S implies AB. You start with. And instead of AB, towards you travel towards this is CBAB, right? Instead of AB, which production we use to traverse towards this CBAB, right? So next we use the only production that has the A on the left side. A on the left side is called this production. So we use this particular production instead of A. Instead of A, we use CA. So S implies AB. Instead of A, we use CA. C, small a, capital C, small a, and capital B. And then we will get CBAB. Now A is there, right? We can begin with, because CBAB begins with the symbol CB. CBAB begins with the symbol CB. right? What is the CB? Here the CB is there. So substitute a CB instead of